Hello everybody, Dominomial here, and welcome back to another episode of Splatoon 3. I'm waiting for the time I accidentally say Splatoon 2. I know it's gonna happen, it's just a matter of when. In the last episode, I showed off Clam Blitz to my dismay. I thought it was gonna be a different mode. It was Clam Blitz. So in this episode, to cleanse the palate, I'm doing single player, because single player is really cool, and I'm really interested to see what direction it'll go in, you know, once I'm done with it. Like, I'm nearing the end of it, but, it's just, what kind of levels are they gonna throw at me? So far, the single player hasn't been nearly as ludicrously difficult as Octo Expansion can get sometimes. But, now let's just do the ink brush. E-Leader is asking for a nightmare. Oh, it's literally a fucking maze. Okay, so these guys are flutters. They're basically invincible ink walls that you can't go through. Touching them will lead to death. So, you know, don't touch them. Right now, I'm just going around the perimeter. Seeing what I can do about that. Cornering through that flutter just because I'm stylish and cool and shit. Except for that. You know what? Maybe I should actually look at the maze before I attempt it. Okay, so there's stairs in the middle. It's basically just... It's literally a reference to Pac-Man. Okay. Okay. This literally is just a reference to Pac-Man, isn't it? That's kind of cool. Kind of neat. Okay. And then the... The ink refills are power pellets. Oh my god, that's really cool. Okay, watch out for that flutter. Watch out for that one. I'm getting cornered, but that's okay because I still haven't done this part. Okay, that flutter is ignoring me. Third-person Pac-Man is kind of weird. Like, you know, not like actual Pac-Man, but just with the behind-the-view camera. Okay. Gotta go through this part. Where are the rest of the power eggs? Okay, please, please. Okay, that was fun. That was a cool... that was a cool level. It was pretty fun. Nice little gimmick. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's a lot of eggs that you want, little buddy. Okay, whatever. You don't have anything. Okay. So... You know, like, I do have a couple of topics, randomly, just that I might want to talk about. But, okay, fine, whatever. I'll just talk about them. So, if you've been following me, for these past couple of years, like since the Bug Fables LP, which I don't recommend watching, you'll know I'm doing a One Piece campaign. And that's being revived again. Well, I'm not doing it, I'm just in it. It's a tabletop RPG campaign set in the world of One Piece. Basically everything that happened... whatever, I'm not gonna fucking re-explain it every single time. Just watch my previous LPs if you don't know what I'm talking about. So, yeah. That campaign's being revived again. Since the last time I talked about it in Galaxy 2. And I am super excited for that campaign to start. again for like the 5th time. The 5th time it gets revived. That campaign has been going on for 2 whole years. In fact, the 2-year anniversary was literally a month ago. And that is so crazy to me. The fact that we started this campaign 2 years ago, and it's had some breaks, it's had some moments where you haven't played for a few months, but it's still really impressive just with, you know, the fact that a campaign has lasted for 2 months. And also not to mention that the Cyberpunk campaign that my other friend is doing, well, I mean, okay. The first one is being, I think it's just being ended because, you know, nobody knows how to play their character anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna be in a new Cyberpunk campaign, 2020. Cyberpunk 2020 campaign. I don't know why I said it in reverse. And that's gonna be really cool. Like, I know that just recently the Cyberpunk Edge Runners anime came out, and it's based off of 2077. Like, it's basically set in the same kind of vibe as 2077, but alternate storyline, it's animated, and also it's worked on by Studio Trigger? What? I didn't know that until literally just tonight. And I'm gonna watch that purely for that reason alone, because Kill la Kill is literally like one of my favorite animes ever because of the animation. And if Studio Trigger's working on it, holy shit, that's gonna be awesome. I love Studio Trigger. They are literally like probably the best animation studio out there besides like maybe Kyoto, which is having what was on a hiatus for a long time for good reason, you know, that being related to arson and all their files being burned down, and also, you know, people dying, so, I mean, I don't blame them for taking, like, a multiple-year hiatus. Honestly, I didn't even think they were actually gonna come back, but they did, with Dragon Maid Season 2, and I have no idea what they're come back with next, but I sure hope it's Haruhi Season 3. I can only wish. But Haruhi is never gonna come back, so I guess I should just read the manga at this point. No, please, stop covering up my ink. Okay. That was a fun camera. Nope, I'm not gonna deal with you. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that Cyberpunk Edge Runners probably after this recording session's done. Which, you know, that's gonna be cool. And I've heard it's really good, so I'll just check it out. And it's done by Studio Trigger, so it sounds really cool. And also it'll help me get into the vibe of Cyberpunk. Because I need to get into the mood of Cyberpunk, because, like, it's just one of those games where I need to get into the vibe to actually roleplay in the world. One Piece, like, thing is, I've watched the whole anime at this point, like, you know, I'm caught up with the anime right now. And also, I've just been doing that One Piece campaign for, like, 2 years now. Like, I know how to get into my character real quickly on that one. Letter of appointment. Employment. New Squidbeak HQ. First Splatoon. Adjustment. Promoted to captain with emoluments of pay grade 33. Okay. Cool. Oh. I kind of want to get rid of that ooze. Okay. I guess I can't do anything about it from this distance. Whatever, let's go to this level. Barriers. They've got you covered. So, yeah, I'm just really excited for the Cyberpunk campaign because my character, her whole gimmick is that she's a solo and she is a cheapskate. So solos are basically the warrior classes of Cyberpunk. Like, they do the most damage and they tank the most damage. They're basically the only class in that rule book in that world that can actually tank damage, because well, every other class has to avoid taking damage as much as possible. I mean, even including the solo, there are just different like enhancements that they can get. Please, just die. Okay. But yeah, my character's basically a warrior that is a super cheapskate. So, instead of using guns that consume ammo, which, you know, you have to pay money per bullet, she will be using arrows that she can recollect afterwards from her enemies, so that she can save on a few dollars for each arrow that she recollects. So, yeah. So she's a super cheapskate. She refuses to use guns unless she finds the guns off her enemy. Which, oh my god, why does this guy have armor? Please, stop it. Okay, this is a little bit obnoxious at that point. So, like, yeah, she uses a bow and arrow so that she can conserve ammo and not have to worry about it. Any guns that she uses are pulled off from her enemies. And if she pulls off weapons from her enemies that have consumable ammo and shit, she will just use it all up and not even think about saving the gun for herself and keeping it, because she has an intelligence stat of, like, 3. And her personality is that of a bumbling, joyful dimwit. Kind of think Senna from Xenoblade 3, because that game did come out when I was creating that character, and I did kind of base it off of her in terms of personality, because that's also just kind of what I rolled, and that was kind of the first thing I thought of. So she's short. She wields melee weapons that's, like, the same as her size in height. Probably, or she will. But you don't want to fuck with her, because she will fuck you up if you mess with her. But thing is, she's really easy to deceive and shit. So yeah. I forgot what her name was. I'm gonna have to look at my character sheet again. Okay. Please, just stop. Okay. Yeah. I'm so glad that I'm going to be playing tabletop campaigns again, because I've been so bored this past, like, few weeks. Because all my friends are off at college, doing their own shit. I'm going to college in a few weeks, but not right away, so I'm just kind of alone doing nothing, with nothing to do besides play this game and then apply for jobs, which I'm working on at my own pace. It's hard for me to get the motivation to do, because I'm very socially anxious and I just hate talking to people. Thing is, you may be wondering, why do you have a YouTube channel then? It's really easy for me to talk into a microphone as opposed to talking to another actual person. Like, that's basically the whole thing. But thing is, like, I don't mind really talking to people once I am talking to them. I just have a low social battery. That's the thing. And that's why I don't like talking to people. It's mostly just because while I do enjoy it sometimes, depending on who that person is, I get worn out in, like, a matter of, like, hours of socializing. And also, it's just kind of like a psychological thing, because I used to be a super, super big introvert, like, before, like, a few years ago. But, like, I've had to force myself to, socialize in the past. And I've gotten used to socializing. I still don't like it. My introvert instincts still tell me socializing bad. Just go yourself. Do everything yourself. Don't ask for help. So, yeah. It's, it can be a bit of a problem. I can be a bit stubborn when it comes to asking for help because I just don't like talking to people. Okay, that guy's dead. Cool. But, yeah. It's gonna be really fun role-playing. Because I just love role-playing. I love acting. I love acting, yet I'm the most introverted person I know. What the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I such a paradox in terms of what I like to do, but, hate going through? Or I don't know. I don't know. But, an introvert that likes acting? I mean, I know those exist. But, I hate talking to people in real life, yet I can tolerate acting. I can tolerate acting, yet I hate talking to people in real life. What the fuck? I feel like going to, do, drama with, other people that you don't know, doing roles and, practicing lines and shit. I've done that before, and it definitely is an experience. It's definitely, I'm gonna do the H3. It's definitely an experience to go through, and it is very socially, draining. But yet, I've done that before, so I don't know why I'm so scared of talking to people. Or so nervous around them, rather. I mean, nervous and scared, I guess, are kind of synonyms in this case, but yeah. At college, I, did, a role for the play Vintage Hitchcock, or not really a play, but more so, kind of like a collection of short, Hitchcock, short films, but narrated, as if it was like a radio, but it's a play, so you're watching radio, voice actor lines through a microphone, while you have to imagine the scenes that are occurring. You're not actually doing the scenes. So honestly, it was more like just a podcast where you talk, but you're telling stories. So I'm kind of used to that, but I had to do a funny British accent, you see? I needed to do a transatlantic accent. A transatlantic accent that is very inaccurate to how Englishmen speak, but it's enough to trick people into thinking that you are good at speaking English. English accents, rather. It's a stereotype for Americans, but it works, you see? You use the juicy U sound for certain words, and you make sure not to emphasize the R's or the some of the other fuck. I can't even do it anymore. But you've heard me do that voice before with One Shot when I did the awful voice. And that was basically the same voice I used for Ted, which was a secret detective, which I just fucking realized the joke with that fucking name. Oh my fucking god. I'm so fucking stupid. Okay, maybe it wasn't a joke per se that was intentional. But, it's definitely a joke you can make. Ted, backwards it's D-E-T, short for detective. Yeah. Yeah. There's a joke in there somewhere. But yeah. I did this voice for Ted, and he was a very interesting character to play. As you can tell, he was a secret detective that was lying undercover to uncover Russian spies that were very clearly evil. And one of those Russian spies was the husband of the woman that he was trying to woo, despite knowing that she was already married. Wow, he was just playing an ordinary cabbage salesman. Which cabbage would you like? Round, square, long, or oblong? It's your choosing. You see, my cabbages come in many shapes, and they're very large either way. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't the best actor on that stage, but also, like, I just couldn't really get into my character, Ted. Like, it's hard for me to get into character when I don't like the character. Why? It's not because I'm an asshole that refuses to play characters. I just can't get into them if I can't get into their mindset, if I don't agree with their philosophy. So even if I may be good at, say, playing, like, generic-ass hero character like Ted, like, it's not really easy for me to get into that kind of character because he's just, like, a normal, average, everyday straight man that just fights crime but also has his own underlying agenda by wooing the girl that is the wife of you know what I mean. But, like, he's into MILFs. What can I say? But, like, yeah, I can't really get into character unless I can relate to the character on, like, some kind of basis. Like, all the D&D characters I create are, basically tangents to my own personality. Like, I'll do Roller. Like, my cheapskate cyberpunk character, while I am playing off the cheapskate part as a joke, in real life, I am a cheapskate because right now I have no monetary income. So I make sure to pay for as little as I can. And also I'm kind of broke in terms of college funds and shit, so that's also there too. Joanna, my One Piece character, she is a facet of myself, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to explain that. She's like kind of the more not sassy per se. She's not like super sassy, but she's the more sarcastic, more kind of cynical side of me. Kind of portrayed in a character with like a more, not quite edgy. She was an edgy character when the campaign first started, but like in a more serious demeanor. So yeah, like thing is, I base all my D&D characters around somebody, not around somebody, but around rather some part of myself that I can emphasize to like the nth degree. And like either make them a joke character or just like make them fun to play or like basically, if I don't make a character that's, like, somewhat tangential to my own personality, I can't really play them properly. I can't figure out how to roleplay them. And that's happened a few times, where I just couldn't get into a character. And I'm still, like... Thing is, it takes a long time for me to make a character. So whenever a campaign just doesn't work out, or I quit it after the first few sessions, I actually get kind of peeved because every time I create a character for a campaign, it's a character that I'm like fully invested in. Like, Jester, one character I created who was gender fluid. He basically her whole point is that she messes with people depending on what people perceive his gender as at the moment. So, like, while in today's society, like, it's kind of frowned upon to categorize people by gender stereotypes, even though all of us still do it to this day without realizing it. It's just, Jester's whole thing was that, like, depending on who people saw him as, whether, like, people saw him as a he or she, or queer in some sense, she would mess with them to use gender stereotypes against them. Like, people would, like, probably assume, like, oh, like, you're a man, you have some pride. Like, no, how dare you mess with a woman like me like that? Or something like that. I don't fucking know. But, like, basically the whole point was to take gender stereotypes and twist them around on the person that was using them against Jester. And, like, he would laugh it off as a joke. And also, like, the whole other part of Jester, besides from the personality and, like, the, you know, the jokester attitude of, like, turning, like, everybody's words against them, he wanted to start a cult because she's, like, literally became insane during a war at one point during RuneQuest, like some kind of big important war in RuneQuest. And, he started to become delirious and think that, she was the embodiment of a god called Yermal, the trickster god. And so, because of that, like, literally having a god complex because you think you are literally a god. Jesters became gender neutral or gender fluid because Yermal doesn't have a gender. And considering that Yermal is the trickster god, she would mess around with her own gender identity to fuck with other people, simply for the sake of fucking with other people. I love Jester. Jester is probably my favorite joke character that I created. Like, okay, I don't mean joke as in, like, the queer part, or the gender fluid. Is queer even a good word to use? I don't know. Like, I'm just saying it, but, like, I mean it in the most literal terms, not, like, offensive terms. But, like, he was my favorite joke character to play because it's just super fun messing with people. Like, that's kind of the whole point of Jester, messing with people. And thing is, I couldn't fucking play that character at college because people would misinterpret that character as being an offensive representation of a demographic that's fighting for their own representation. Fair representation. But yeah, basically, like, a whole nother part of Jester's whole shebang was, she wanted to start the cult of Yermal, or she wanted to encourage more people to worship Yermal. And so he became a cult leader simply for gathering people to worship her. Because she thought he was the embodiment of Yermal. And thing is, that character is really fun when you have one or two players that is a little bit too concerned about what sex your character is, despite the whole point is that nobody knows because she looks androgynous, and he just goes by whatever gender she feels like at the time. Because when people care about what sex he is, he just kind of... He lies or tells the truth or just, you know, passes off the question to something else. Or makes the other person out to be an asshole for caring too much. That was a little bit scary. Please... Okay, balloons. Please, balloons. Sunken Scroll. Yes. Frying out here in Scorch Gorge in more ways than one. Oh, Krusty Sean. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I just really like tabletop RPGs because it allows me to get my acting urge, like, it allows me to scratch my acting bones, I guess. The part of me that really loves acting. And right now I have no outlet to do actual plays and musicals and shit, so, like, I'm really glad that I can just do tabletop RPGs instead. This level was shown off in the treehouse, so let's see if I can do this first try. Okay. I'm probably going to need to concentrate for this one, because this level's pretty long from what I remember of the treehouse. And the developer couldn't even fucking beat it. Or the guy that was representing the dev team anyway. Okay. Jeez, imagine if I died because I missed the jump. Okay. No! Fuck! Fuck! That's why they put the grates there, to prevent you from charging up too early. Okay, we're not gonna count that death because that one was stupid. That one was stupid, and I thought I passed through the grate on time. That was really close. Okay. You can hit those with partial charges. Pass through the grate. Make sure this is charged up. Close. But I still got it. Okay. What? No! What? I refuse to accept that. The rail just glided me off. Bullshit. Bullshit. Calling bullshit on that one. Nice. You can switch ink rails while holding a charge. Okay. Charge. 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 At least this level's designed for the bow, so it doesn't feel unfair, except for the fact that the ink rail just pushes you off sometimes when you jump at the wrong spot. Okay. Okay. Speed up a little bit. Hit the vertical shot. Jump. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, okay. Just a few more targets. Okay. Okay. Fuck! No! Okay. I underestimated this level. I admit this level is difficult. And I'm not gonna do it with anything other but the tri-stringer, because the tri-stringer is the intended route. Or the intended method, rather. This level was built for the tri-stringer. Nothing else. Okay. Yeah, maybe when I get to college, I'll be able to do some acting. Maybe I'll be able to do drama. Or maybe there's like some kind of like community theater that I'm missing out on in the area. But doing like a community theater would be weird a little bit. I guess not really. College is still filled with like, you know, people that are a bit older than they probably should be. Like me. Although, to be fair, doing college a little bit later isn't that bad of an idea, because going straight into college without really knowing what you're doing is kind of scary. Like, I still don't really know what I want to do for college. It's just like, everything's up in the air. Okay. That was really botched, but it still worked. Okay. Hit that. Okay. Cool. Please no more. Okay. Holy shit! That was so scary. I for sure thought I was gonna die there. Oh no. This is getting into Octo expansion levels of difficulty. Oh no. Okay. I was so scared that I accidentally stopped recording Audacity. It turns out that I accidentally pressed the button that does the record button for Audacity, which it didn't do anything at that point. Okay. So, in the next episode of Splatoon 3, almost said it, almost said Splatoon 2, I will continue through the single player because, you know, why the hell not? I am working through the single player primarily. That's for sure. I still haven't gotten my Ninja Squid shirt in multiplayer. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting this. I'm getting all these upgrades. Look at me getting all these upgrades. Okay. So, in the next episode of Splatoon 3, I'll continue doing single player. And I think I'll be able to finish up this world. So until then, see you next time. Bye-bye.